How's it going, Scorpio? It's Robin here with AriesFireTarot. Welcome to the channel. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. So I have been guided to do New Year 2021 look ahead tarot card reading for you guys, and I have a bit of a structure here. I'm going to explain to you guys. I'm going to do a 5-card tarot spread, and then I'm going to look at health, relationships, creativity, opportunities, and finance for you. So in order to do this reading, I have the Gilded Tarot deck, which is going to be my foundation deck, and I do have Miss Lacey sitting here in on the reading. So Lacey is my dog. So I'm going to use the Witch's Tarot for any clarification purposes that we might have as we go through. And then I have 2 angel decks here. I have the Romance Angels, and I have just the regular angel tarot card deck. So we'll use all of these decks at our disposal here to do this reading for you. So I hope you guys have a great new year ahead. We'll see what's going on according to the general vibration available for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus at the time I do the reading. And keep in mind, guys, this is a general reading. So with all of that being said, I'm going to start turning out some cards for you guys. So we're going to look at the theme of the new year. So we have the Queen of Swords. So right away, as soon as I turned this card over, I heard the words from my guides, everyone else can get behind me. It's like this feeling that you're just no longer going to be in second place. You're no longer going to be somebody's shadow. You just really are shining bright and stepping forward to your position as leader of the pack. So the Queen of Swords is a highly confident energy. She knows exactly what she wants. You know, she's not going to bend to other people's wills anymore. Leader of the pack energy. I keep on getting that. So you guys, you know, if you've been waiting for a certain type of promotion or to get your own business off the ground or whatever it is that might not be at the heights that you'd like it to be at, you can expect that to happen for you in 2021. And it's going to be because of this little tweak of energy, this little bit of an attitude, a little bit of a toss of your chin that is going to propel you forward, because, you know, it's like you're just not going to take it anymore. Okay. You know, it's not, you're not a runner-up. You're not, I lost the word. So anyway, so what we're going to what to work on in the new year for you, Scorpio. So the Knight of Wands. So I'm just getting words like soldier on. You know, the Knight of Wands is a very strong energy of moving forward, taking all these messages about what to do and actually just propelling yourself forward. You know, there might have been causes for you guys to step back, and again, I'm seeing that shadow coming in, like some sort of shadow being cast over top of you. And I do see it as being man-made, whether it's going to be from a partner that disapproves of you going out on your own, or, you know, just not getting a bank loan, or whatever this shadow is. It's going to start creeping away so that you can stand in the brightest sun available to you. And it's very nice that you have this as a fire sign here. So really work on not dimming your light for anybody else ever again. This is probably something that you've waited a long time for. It could be like you guys could have felt like you're in sort of the cold valley of the eclipse, but the eclipse is drawing away from you. But just remember the fire in the belly, you know, that you guys have communicated with, that you're allowing to come to the surface. Just hold on for a second. Okay, so yeah, definitely something to work on, just marching forward, you know, finding your own rhythm, finding your own beat, you know, finding your own soundtrack and becoming one with that. You know, you guys maybe possibly been riding shotgun or supporting somebody else while they're finding their own heights, and you've always been the one, you know, sort of almost taking a back seat, but it's like you could be so far back that you don't even see the road anymore. So that should really change in 2021. And you probably saw a little bit of indications of that in 2020, but it's really going to burst open for you. So let's see mental preparations for you guys to make. So you have the Three of Wands here, guys. So this is really just preparing for your ship to come in. You can see that this character, he's done a lot of work. He's been very diligent about getting things done. And that's kind of the silver lining about being in somebody's shadow, is that you can hustle in silence, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So, you know, you can be somebody's cheerleader and still work on your own thing. And meanwhile, nobody suspects what you're doing. So if you were really smart, you were taking advantage of all this downtime and putting your sort of goals on hold. And even if you're just thinking about things, like that manifestation of germinating, it's pulling in everything that you want. So be prepared for that, you know, and start like opening the valve of success, you know, and you can literally open a tap in your mind and visualize things like that. So if you've been pursuing success, do you know what you're going to do with it? And that might seem like a silly question, but like people sometimes win the lottery and then they basically disintegrate through it in record time because they're not ready for it. So what are you going to do with success? You know, when it does come in, when your ship comes in, how are you going to handle that? There's people that thought that they wanted to be famous, like, you know, rich and famous and on the Hollywood strip or whatever, superstars. And then they got there and they're like, no, I can't, you know, so they weren't prepared. They didn't see every aspect of it. So this is something that you guys need to see. You know, will you have to move? Like, what developments do you have to hire people? You know, just really, like, do you have to change your wardrobe? Every like minute aspect. Okay, so when this happens, I need to be prepared this way. So make sure that all that is done too, all the outlying things, not just the I'm gonna bank this much money in 2021. What's going to happen as a result of it? Of that? What kind of exposure will you have to other people? Will it be comfortable or uncomfortable? Do you need a security guard? Do you need a better bank? You know what I mean? Do you really think of all of that stuff depending on what level of success you're shooting for? So let's see spiritual preparations here. Wow. Okay, so this is absolutely phenomenal. This is your year of the wheel, okay? This is absolutely your year of the wheel, and that means that you're ready to turn on to the next level. So you can kind of envision this as the elevator going up. You're going on to the next level of your life. So this is phenomenal, and this is on a spiritual level. And when you hit these levels of your spirituality, your manifestations should increase right along with them. You know, because you're more open and you're more connected to, you know, your God, source, universe. You know, you're just probably radiating more love, more acceptance, loving yourself as a number one rule. Just really be prepared, you guys, for a massive forward motion. You guys have some really good cards here. Like, I don't see anything holding you back. It could be just, you know, where you have your eye on the prize and you're not really contemplating the periphery. Like, is your partner going to be jealous of you? Are they going to continue to be supportive when the spotlight pivots off of them and embraces you in full? Because not everybody can handle that. So, you know, you don't want to stress about things like that, but just say, okay, well, this is a consideration, or maybe make a list. You know, start researching what people didn't understand about being the epitome of success in whatever field it is that you're chasing, so that you can just have some sort of idea what to expect, right? So make the most of the new year. Oh boy. Okay, so you've got the devil, okay? So the devil represents your shadow self. This could actually be the shadow that is casting over top of you as well. It might not necessarily be somebody else. So for those of you that think, well, oh, okay, well, I don't know what Robin is talking about because I feel very supportive. You know, my partner is very supportive. I have a great business partner, you know, my friends and family. But what about your shadow self? What about, you know, that voice that comes in and tells you that you're everything that you're not. Like, this is a very coercive voice. You're just really going to have to learn how to dance with your own devil. You know what I mean? And to really combine forces with your shadow self. Because once you become united, all of you, all of you, your specific individual self, once everything is meshed and faced forward without the shadow self lurking in shame within you and you being afraid of what other people might think if they find out this and that, what you might have done a million years ago. This will provide you. This will stoke that fire in the belly that I was talking about before with the Knight of Wands. It would just really, everything will amplify. Once you realize that there's nothing to be ashamed of. You're very powerful, and half of your power is your shadow self. So in order to make the most of your new year, you're going to have to embrace, yin and yang. There's a reason why that symbol is dark and light, and they're merged together, and there's a little bit of light in the dark, and there's a little bit of dark in the light. So finding a way to really just merge yourself so that you're unbreakable. If you're barely just hanging on, to your shadow self, and you're like, I still don't want to look at that thing that I did when I was whoever, or whatever, or whenever, or what if my current person finds out about the things that I did before them, that's no way to live. And that's up to you to bring that into wholeness. And that is going to be, the thing that opens that faucet, that just like cranks it wide open to full. And then you guys will just have this amazing year. So not every sign that I'm reading for has really good cards like this. So I want you guys to be aware of that. Like, the biggest struggle that you're going to have is that shadow self integration. And it's incredibly important to work on that. You've probably been through your dark night of the soul, but there's probably aspects of yourself that are lurking in the shadows. And it's time for you to just go give that shadow self a great big hug, because they served you a purpose at some point in your life, okay? So let's look at your health for 2021. Okay, so we've got the Two of Swords here. So I'm getting the feeling that some of you might not actually be taking something as seriously as you should be. Just keep in mind, this is a general reading. It's not for all viewers. And you will know immediately who you are when I say something like that. You're going to go, oh, okay, yeah, I should probably make that doctor's appointment. And I'm not a huge fan of Western medicine myself. But I still have something I need to go see the doctor for. Like, I have an underactive thyroid, so I still need to go get my meds. Everything else I try and, take care of holistically. But there's going to be some things for you guys that you're probably going to need the intervention of Western medicine. So what decision are you trying to make about your health that should be done immediately with the Two of Swords before it's, a little bit too far along the path? So if you're trying to decide on what to do, and maybe it's just a new regime or checking out a new doctor, whatever that is, whatever decision that you need to make about your health in 2021, it's time to basically rip off the Band-Aid and make that decision and get it underway, because sometimes things can get a little bit out of control. And I'm just going to tell you guys another thing about my thyroid. I was undiagnosed for so long, and then I finally had what's called a thyroid storm, and I was in basically a coma for 3 days, and I was being, oh, you have clinical depression, oh, you have a stomach virus. And then I finally saw my own blood work, and I said to my doctor, what about here, where beside thyroid it says no? And he's like, oh, good catch. I'm like, do you know how sick I've been? But anyway, angel number 444 just came up. So it's time to take your health into your own hands here. And don't be afraid of what to do next, because it's better to do something than nothing, and It's okay to question your doctor and get a second opinion. And if you don't really, you can review your file too, you guys, if you don't 100% trust your doctors. Doctors make mistakes too. So really just start taking that by the, cojones and soldier on. So I'm pulling a card for relationships, and this is a great card. So here it is, the answer to your burning question. Yes, this person is your soulmate. Okay, and it says right on here, yes, this person is your soulmate. So you could have somebody new coming in, available to you. It could actually be the person that you're in a relationship right now, and maybe you're having a bit of a rocky road, but they're your soulmate. Nobody ever said that love or soulmate love was going to be easy. So, and you're both here to teach each other lessons. So you got to keep that in mind. You guys were written into each other's soul contracts as you came down here onto Earth. So keep that in mind, you guys. And if you're meeting somebody and you have some sort of inkling, and I think it's important for you guys to know that, really true, steady love doesn't leave you breathless with your hands shaking, So, I mean, sometimes a thunderbolt moment can happen. I just saw angel number 1616 for you guys, and that's also extremely important, really important. You need to check that out. It's going to be a little bit of a from your spirit guides. What was I saying? Yeah, I mean, you should feel really at home and comfortable with that person that is your soulmate. It shouldn't leave you like panting on the floor. Know what I mean? So you deserve love, and you are lovable. So there's something very cuddly and snuggly about you, Scorpio, and it's like you have love coming in for you. And if you're having a tough time with your partner right now, just keep that in mind. Not all relationships are rainbows and unicorns, Whoops. I'm going to pull a couple cards for creativity, opportunities, and finance, but they just avalanche down here. I need to go on a pause, actually. It's pretty impressive how far these tarot cards can fly. It's like they have wings. So I was shuffling the Angel Tarot deck, and I had to turn up the light because I'm going to read from them. So the next two cards I was looking at was creativity and opportunities. So for creativity, the 10 of water launched itself from the deck. So this says, hold on. A contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met, and trustworthy relationships. So I'm just getting the advice here that maybe you guys need to be a little bit more creative on the home front, especially if you're feeling like not 100% contented with your partner or your environment. And, the only person that you can change is yourself. So you might want to do things a little bit differently or start uncomfortable conversations. This could also lead into what is going on with your shadow self. Maybe you've let somebody else take the reins of your personal life a little bit too long, and you're just not used to doing that. But your ultimate happiness is your own responsibility. How people say, I want to meet somebody that is going to make me happy. Nobody can make you happy. I mean, you're looking for somebody to be happy with, not somebody that is responsible for making you happy. So think about how you can really improve what you're seeing around you. And maybe you think that everybody, like everything is fine, but when's the last time you had a conversation with somebody? How do you feel about this? How do you think our relationship is going? Is there a different or better way that we could run the house? What do you think of? Have those conversations. Be really creative. And if you live alone, you can have these conversations with yourself, because sometimes you just get so stuck into Groundhog Day mode where you just, okay, well, I'm just going to get up and, do the whole cycle, and you're not really questioning yourself. So be creative in your life solutions. I think that's a really important and cool card that you guys got. So for opportunities, we have the Unity card, and this is Archangel Sandalphon. And on the card, it says, so hold on. Traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations, seek I can't even read that. Sorry, you guys. Seek out mentors and like-minded friends. Sorry about that. So your opportunities are going to be connected to other people is what I'm getting from this card. You know, people that think like you, that sort of have the same vibration as you. So, and again, this could come from the creativity of changing up your life a little bit, like mixing up your routine, taking advantage of new friendships and see where they go. You have something very tied to sort of breaking that pattern that you might be in. And I think that happens to everybody. You know, you just get into a routine and the routine is very comforting. You know what's going to happen next, but the routine is the routine. And very little change can happen outside of a routine. So start looking at new ways of sort of shaking things up a little bit. And once you start integrating with your shadow self, represented by the Devil card here, you should start feeling like you want to do things a little bit differently. So very interesting. I'm going to look at your finances here. And I'm just going to pull a Witch's Tarot for finance. I was looking at the Gilded Tarot, but my hand reached out to the Witch's Tarot. So hold on. So you have the King of Cups here. So this card is saying that you need to really build a strong emotional foundation with money. And I know that some people don't understand what that means, right? Just, you know, understand that what you want wants you in return. You know, so if you're seeking out any particular sum of money, it is seeking you guys out too. So look at ways to feel money into your life. Everybody can work, you know, everybody can do that, but not everybody can manifest, you know, just using their heart, soul, mind, and body. So you might want to start looking at creative ways of manifesting also. There's a conversation that I saw between Jennifer Aniston and Oprah Winfrey, and they're both wildly successful about being able to will things into their life. So I'm getting the recommendation here for you guys to really start looking at how to sort of romance life into your bank account. So you guys have some very interesting cards here. There's probably going to be a little challenge at home and for some of you on the health front. So really start taking care of that sooner rather than later. And if you want to really reach significant heights in your life, you're going to have to find some way to assimilate your shadow self into you, you know, and then you can really, and I'm getting the word skyrocket, and I just did a reading for you guys. I think it was in November or December. You guys are about to skyrocket. So if you feel like that didn't apply to you, there's a little bit of work that needs to be done to get you there. All right, guys, that's all I'm getting from the guide. So I'm going to peace out. Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year. Bye.